It's 3 days before payday. You check your account. $47, the gas light is on. There's a bill due tomorrow. And somehow, no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you put in, you end up in the same place every single month, zero. Iffy. That hits close to home. You need to hear this. You are not broke because you don't make enough money. You are stuck because nobody ever taught you the system to break the cycle. And that system, you can start it today. And in 90 days, your financial life will look different. This is the Money Profits. Let's get into it. Here's how widespread this actually is. Because the first thing you need to know is that this is not a personal failure. According to data from Lending Club and Punts, roughly 62% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck in 2026. And here's the stat that should stop you cold. 40% of people earning over $100,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck too. This isn't an income problem. It's a system problem. And one of the most alarming findings from Bankrate this year, 59% of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. Not $10,000, not $5,000, $1,000, one car repair, one ER visit, one broken appliance, and millions of people are immediately in the hole. The cycle isn't about how much you make. It's about what happens to what you make. Here's how you break it. In 3 phases over 90 days. Phase 1 is about one thing, knowing exactly where your money is going. Not roughly, not a guess. Exactly. Because here's the truth that most budgeting advice skips. You cannot fix a leak you haven't found yet. Step 1. Do a full spending audit. Go back 60 days in your bank account and credit card statements. Categorize every single transaction. Housing, food, transportation, subscriptions, entertainment, everything. Most people who do this for the first time are shocked. Not because they're spending on big obvious things, but because of the death by 1,000 cuts. The $14.99 streaming service they forgot about. The $9.99 app subscription running for 11 months. The $6 coffee 4 times a week that's quietly costing them over $100 a month. Subscriptions alone cost the average American over $1,000 per year. And studies show people underestimate their subscription spending by nearly 200%. Cancel everything you haven't used in the last 30 days. Right now, not later. Right now. Step 2. Build your first real budget. Not a complicated spreadsheet. Not a 12-category system that you'll abandon in a week. Just 3 columns. Income, fixed expenses, the bills that don't change, and variable spending, everything else. The goal for month 1 isn't perfection. It's visibility. You need to see your money before you can control it. Step 3. Find your monthly gap. Subtract your total spending from your total income. That number, positive or negative, is your starting point. If it's negative, you have a spending problem. If it's technically positive but you're still broke, you have a leaking problem. Either way, now you know, and knowing is where everything changes. By the end of day 30, you know exactly where every dollar goes. You've cut the waste. You have a real budget in place. Phase 2 is the most important and the most overlooked. The reason the paycheck to paycheck cycle is so hard to break isn't willpower. It's the absence of a buffer. Here's how it works. You get paid. You pay your bills. Something unexpected happens. Car trouble, a medical copay, your kid needs school supplies. And you cover it with the last of your money. Now you're short. For next month. So you borrow from next month's paycheck to cover this month's gap. And the cycle resets. The only way to break it is to build a buffer between you and the next emergency. And that starts with $1,000, not 3 months of expenses, not 6 months. $1,000. Research consistently shows that having just $1,000 in emergency savings fundamentally changes financial behavior, because you're no longer one surprise expense away from crisis. The psychology shifts the moment you each have a cushion. Here's how to build it fast. Automate a transfer the day you get paid. even $25 or $50 per paycheck. Set it and forget it. Treat it like a bill, because it is one. This goes into a high-yield savings account earning 4 to 5% APY, not a regular savings account sitting at 0.01%. Sell what you don't use. Go through your home this weekend. Clothes, electronics, furniture, equipment. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Poshmark. One weekend of selling what you're sitting on can put $200, $500 directly into your emergency fund without changing your budget at all. Direct any windfalls here first. Tax refund, birthday money, overtime check, bonus. Before it gets absorbed into spending, it goes straight to the buffer. All of it. The Sunday reset. Every Sunday, spend 10 minutes reviewing the past week's spending. This single habit is what keeps people on track. Not motivation, not willpower, just weekly visibility. By the end of day 60, you have $1,000 in a dedicated emergency fund. You have a savings automation running. You've broken the yet spend everything pattern. Phase 3 is where you go from surviving to actually getting ahead. Because here's the thing. A budget and an emergency fund get you stable. But to truly break the cycle, you have to address the two root causes that keep most people trapped. Debt and income. Root cause. Number 1, debt is eating your paycheck. Credit card interest averaging 20% plus APR in 2026 is a silent tax on your income. Every month you carry a balance. You're paying the credit card company before you pay yourself. List every debt you have. Balance, minimum payment, interest rate. Then attack the highest interest rate first while paying minimums on everything else. This is the avalanche method, and it saves you the most money mathematically. Even one extra payment per quarter accelerates your payoff timeline dramatically. The goal isn't to be debt-free in 90 days. The goal is to redirect the money debt is consuming back into your own pocket, month by month. Root cause. Number 2, your income has a ceiling, for now. If you've cut the budget and you still can't create any margin, the math is simple. The income side of the equation needs to go up. This doesn't mean quit your job. It means this month, you identify one move that brings in extra cash. Pick up one extra shift. List something on Marketplace. Offer a skill on Fiverr. Writing, design, bookkeeping, even delivery. One income stream that adds $200 to $500 a month changes everything when you're starting from zero. And when that extra money comes in, it does not go to lifestyle. Not yet. It goes to the emergency fund, then to debt. That sequencing is everything. By the end of day 90, you have a real budget that you actually follow. You have an emergency fund that's growing. You've started attacking debt at the root. And you have at least one income move working. That's not just different. That's free. Let's run it back fast. Days 1 to 30. Find the leaks. Spending audit. Cut subscriptions. Build your real budget. Know your gap. Days 31 to 60. Build your buffer. Open a high-yield savings account. Automate your savings. Sell what you're sitting on. Build to $1,000. Days 61 to 90. Attack the root. List and attack your debt by interest rate. Identify one. Income move. Direct every extra dollar with intention. 3 months. That's it. The paycheck to paycheck cycle isn't permanent. It's a pattern, and patterns can be broken. I want to be real with you for a second. None of this is easy. If it were easy, 62% of Americans wouldn't still be in this cycle in 2026, despite being one of the wealthiest countries on the planet. The system is set up in a way that keeps most people spending everything they make, and then some. The subscriptions, the credit cards, the buy now, pay later, the endless cost of living increases. But the people who break out, they don't do it by making more money first. They do it by getting intentional with what they already have. One budget, one buffer, one root cause attacked at a time. You have 90 days, and you have the playbook. This is The Money Prophets. If this video helped you, hit subscribe. New videos every week on building real wealth, one decision at a time. Drop in the comments. What's your biggest obstacle to breaking the cycle? Let's talk about it. Let's solve it. We'll see you in the next one.